Hey, welcome to the Healing She Got Faith show. I am Lily. I am the founder of Healing She Got Faith, and I am the host of the Healing She Got Faith talk show. Healing She Got Faith is an organization that was created for adults who are dealing with grief and or on their self-love journey. During this talk show, we talk about grief, healing, self-love, but overall, we are encouraging you to love you the way you love the world, okay? So we thank you all for tuning in. All right, happy Monday. Welcome to episode 122. We are still in our welcome back series. This is Lily. I am the founder and owner and host of Healing She Got Faith and the Healing She Got Faith talk show. So if you've been following us, we are back. Welcome to episode 122. So yeah, we are still in this welcome back series where it is just me walking everybody through like what this break entailed of, what did I learn, what I get from it. And today that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Today we're going to discuss what it feels like coming back from a break, what revelations have been revealed, where am I mentally and emotionally, how do I feel physically. We're going to discuss it all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the icebreaker. Welcome to the icebreaker segment of the Healing She Got Faith talk show. Here we pull affirmation cards from different affirmation decks. We read them and we say if they resonate with us, why or why not. This is our one and only icebreaker. We do it at conferences, professional developments, we do it on the podcast, obviously, and really it's just to get us to start talking about ourselves and to get comfortable. We are here to promote having a safe space, and so while you're here with Healing She Got Faith, we want you to feel safe enough to speak about where it is that you are in life. We are your safe space. All right, welcome to the icebreaker for episode 122. So today we are picking from the dream cards. So like this morning when I went to go get the dream cards, I actually had picked another one, and then I came to my notes and I saw that I had already pre-planned to pick the dream cards. So I thought that was pretty funny because again, like a lot of the stuff from like me coming back to podcasting, I had pre-planned because I was planning on coming back earlier than what I did. So it's cool to just see the notes and stuff that I was like pre-planning because like the today Lisa appreciates that Lisa that was thinking about it. So yeah, so this is the dream cards. It says change your thoughts, change your life. I don't see an author. It looks like sunnypresent.com. Oh, Sano Wilkstrom and Sunny Presents. So, all right, so the card we picked today says, every time you use the word but, you learn something about yourself. The but will reveal your limiting belief. It's like the key to unlock the door to your full potential. I've recently started to practice saying and instead of but. So like, for example, if I'm like, I feel sick, but I'm willing to work, I wouldn't say that. I would say, I feel sick and I'm still willing to put my best foot forward. So I've been trying to work on the word but. I think but does have like a very limiting belief, or like sometimes it's like, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have blah, blah, blah. So I think like whenever we add the word but, it dismisses the first part of our statement. And I do think there's just a limiting belief to that. So what I've been practicing is saying and instead of but. And so as I continue to come back into podcasting and getting back into the studio, like that's something you'll notice. And you'll also notice I say a lot of times, like I'll say in the today of things, or in the today, meaning that like I can't tell the future, I can't tell you the past. I mean, I probably can tell you the past, but I can't like change it. So you'll hear me say in the today of things, in the today of how I'm feeling and what I can do, this is it. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, every time you use the word but, you learn something about yourself. The but will reveal your limiting belief. It's like a key to unlock the door to your full potential. So yeah, I like that. Does it resonate with me? I would say so. I think it does resonate with me because I've just been practicing saying and because I believe in duality. I believe two things can exist at the same time. And so I just think naturally in the way my life is going, it definitely resonates. So that was our icebreaker for today for episode 122. So without further ado, let's hop right into the topic of the day. I'm excited. Welcome to the topic segment of the Healing She Got Faith talk show. In this portion of the episode, we discuss the topic of the day, which is the title of this episode. So we really pride ourselves on talking about grief, healing, being present, and just having an opportunity to be safe enough to be who you are. I hope in this episode you're able to take it with you. And I hope you're able to give yourself permission to heal the way you need to heal. We love you, but as always, love you the way you love the world. Enjoy the topic. All right, welcome to the topic of the day for episode 122. Today's topic is titled, How Does It Feel After a Break? And I'm so excited to talk to y'all about how I truly feel after a break. However, before we get started, I wanted to go through some things because October has a lot of holidays and observances like almost every day. And so I actually looked it up and I wanted to just walk through. There's a lot of them and there's a lot of days that I skip and there's a lot. But you can easily go to google.com. Google, y'all know it's .com. You can easily go to Google and just type in October holidays and observances 2024 or just type that in. The first website that I did was, and I got most of this information from, is today.com, and I'll leave that in the show notes as well. But you can easily Google it, and I'm sure you can do it for every month. But October is one of my favorite months, and you'll know why. But today.com had a really good breakdown. Every day in October has like literally 5 to 10 different things that they celebrate. So I just want to walk through there's a lot that stuck out to me. So first one, October 1st was International Coffee Day. I love coffee. Coffee is such a coping mechanism for me because like my father used to drink coffee. He was a big coffee head and he actually used to give me coffee. And so I drink coffee as an adult because I feel a connection to my father when I drink coffee. And I have a coffee bar in my building and I was very, very intentional about grabbing that. So October 1st is International Coffee Day. October 2nd is International Day of Nonviolence and International Walk to School. So International Day of Nonviolence, I think just living in the world that we live in and going and seeing all the violence in the world, I think that's a pretty cool day to have. And then International Walk to School Day. Let me tell y'all something. When I was in my MSW program and I was doing a practicum, we did a project for International Walk to School Day where basically we did a walking school bus. So I, as a community social worker, practicum student, worked with a community social work there and we literally created routes and we got everybody's address who was a walker and everybody's address who was like, we had a certain radius and we literally created and we had like 4 or 5 staff. So around this area, we had like people walking to school. It was a really cool event. It was really exciting. Parents participated. The kids loved it. It was just a cool experience. And it was a cool thing to have planned, executing, and seeing it be successful. October 7th is National Child Health. October 8th is International Dyslexia Day. October 9th is Emergency Nurses and Stop Bullying Day. October 10th is World Homeless Day and World Mental Health Day, which is really important to know. October 12th is World Hospice and Palliative. Let me see how you pronounce that because I don't know how. I've never seen that word. Let me see. P-A-L-L-I. Yeah. Gonna go to Google. Do Google got a pronunciation? Let me see. Let's see. Oh my. Palliative. Ain't no way that word was that easy. That do not look like palliative. Okay. So Okay, so October 12th is World Hospice and Palliative Care Day. Let's see what palliative actually is. Because we gonna look this up again. I'm just on Google. It says palliative care is interdisciplinary medical caregiving approach aimed at optimizing quality of life and mitigating suffering among people with serious, complex, and often terminal illness. Oh, okay. So it's for the caregivers. Okay. We cooking with oil. Okay, so it is World Hospice and Palliative Care Day. Oh, it does add the care. Okay, so yeah, so that's for the caregivers of people who are working with individuals who are in hospice, which hospice is a really big part of grief. That's where we look at death and dying, and that's where we see a lot of that's where we really see a lot of our 5 stages of grief. Because if you've listened to this before, the 5 stages of grief was actually created for the person who is on the deathbed. So the person who knows that it's coming. So that's a really good thing. Okay. October 13th is Breast Cancer Awareness Day. That's pretty popular. I think most people know that. October 14th is Indigenous People Day and I Love You Day. I thought that was so cute. But Indigenous Peoples Day, I think that is such a great day to celebrate, just because our history books, our systems, our government has tried to erase Indigenous people, and they have tried to sell a story that just isn't true. So I'm glad to see that we have a day. October 15th is National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day and World Student Day. So, National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. I know quite a few women who celebrate this day. I've bared witness to friends, really close friends, who have lost either both their pregnancy and their infants, and so I just know this day is very special. And then also on the day is World Student Day. I was doing some research on that, and it actually says that's a day that's celebrated in India. There was a teacher who really believed that students are the way of the world, and so he really celebrated students on that day. We have October 16th, which is World Allergy Awareness Day. October 17th is Black Poetry Day and Child Poverty Day. We have October 18th, which is World Menopause Day. Think about, as a woman, when you hit menopause, how you will grieve your body and how you will grieve how your body used to be. Just think about that. October 19th is World Humanitarian Action Day. Then October 20th is my birthday, the best holiday ever. And this is cool. It is National Day of Writing. And it is World Osteoporosis Day. I looked that up before, and I'm sure I butchered that. We gonna hop on over to Google to make sure I pronounced that right, because I'm not ashamed to say I don't know. I don't be knowing how to pronounce words. Osteoporosis. Okay, osteoporosis day. World Osteoporosis Day, which is a bone disease that weakens bones and increases the risk of fractures. So again, imagine being diagnosed with that and just missing how your body used to be. And then October 20th is also World Statistic Day, which I love data. I love statistics. I think that, numbers don't lie, even though that's not necessarily true, because people definitely manipulate statistics, but we're going to try to stay positive. Okay, October 26th is National Make a Difference Day. October 28th is National First Responder Day and National Immigrant Day. October 29th is World Stroke Day. And then a couple just fun facts. October 6th to the 12th is Mental Illness Awareness Week and National Physician Assistance Week. October 21st to the 25th is National Health Education Week. October is Blindness Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Emotional Wellness Month, Halloween Safety Month, International Walk to School Month, National Animal Safety and Protection Month, National Book Month. Oh my gosh, I could not believe October is National Book Month, and I'm such a reader and I'm an author, and I just think that's so cool. It is World Bullying Prevention Month. It is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. It is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Okay, and so I was reading. So there's a thing called Purple Thursday or Go Purple Day, which is a national day of action on October 17th during Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Everyone is encouraged to wear all things purple as a symbol of peace, courage, survival, honor, and personal dedication to domestic violence awareness. And look, I have on purple today. So, I really just wanted to walk through these days because I thought they fit with the concept, and some of them are just cute. Like some like Coffee Day and I Love You Day are just cute days to celebrate. But then also too, like you have domestic violence, you have Domestic Violence Awareness Month, you have Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, National Stroke Day, World Bullying Prevention, Emotional Wellness Month. You have all these months that have to do with grief, taking a break, and really acknowledging the human aspect of life and really understanding like everything that is going on as a human being. So, I just think it's important to acknowledge these days and understand like what they might mean to us in our communities and in us and in our society. Also too, like just have fun, love, and support in life. Like a lot of people get mad, like, oh, there's so many made up holidays. And while that may be true, like what's wrong with that? Like we can have fun. We can also bring awareness to a lot of things. That's what community is about. Like if domestic violence wasn't an issue, we wouldn't need awareness about it, you know? If breast cancer wasn't an issue, we wouldn't need awareness. If blindness wasn't an issue, if national health education wasn't at risk, we wouldn't need a week for it. So these are all things to celebrate, educate, and really move forward. Like I know for myself, my goal is to create safe and brave spaces in this world. I know like having just to shine a little bit of light in darkness is really really like just my goal in life. And so I thought it was really cool because I noticed like October has a lot of observances, a lot of holidays, and just a lot of things going on. And so I think that's pretty cool. On top, it's my birthday. I love October 20th. That's my day. I'm excited for what I'm going to be doing on October 20th for my birthday and my community. So, okay, y'all. So now to the episode. I hope you guys learned something too before I like jump right into the episode. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys like take notes, and I hope you guys take action too. Like that's also part of why I wanted to share that with you all. So, how does it feel to take a break? Okay. I feel energetic. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I feel creative. I feel motivated. I honestly am the most creative that I feel like I've been in a while. I feel really good. I feel organized. My days are really busy because I am working two jobs on top of getting the podcast back up and running. I'm also like I'm working on stuff for my book. And so my days are really busy. A lot of people ask like, okay, so where's your free time? And here's the thing, y'all. I don't have consistent or scheduled free time, or scheduled isn't the right word. I don't have consistent free time. I have to make my free time. And that's just what it is. And as I move forward and learn myself, I am learning that I've never lived a traditional life, and I'm probably not going to. But if it comes, like I welcome it, arms wide open. I would love to experience a traditional life. Only for a little bit though, because I just don't know that it would fit me. But who knows? I don't know. Anyways, I think that I am just in a better place. I do think the bravest thing I ever did was take a break. Also, too, like I announced this week on social media that I will be bringing back the holiday gatherings. So, like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and Valentine's Day. And a lot of people took that as I opened my building back up. So here's the thing. My building never closed. It's an office. It's a co-working space. People are more than welcome to rent it out, come have meeting spaces, celebrate, not celebrate, do your work, whatever. That part has never closed down. Does it make a lot of money? No. Do people actually come and use it? No. Do people pay for it? No. But it is open. However, I am no longer doing services. So I'm no longer providing grief services. I'm no longer doing grief groups. I'm no longer doing things like that. I will do community events like the Silent Book Club or the Halloween Gathering, or New Year's is really big here. I will continue to do those things. I would do those things regardless if I had Healing She Got Faith or not. So that's not necessarily end all be all Healing She Got Faith. Like that would happen regardless if I had Healing She Got Faith or not. However, because I do have a business and I do want to utilize it in some form or fashion, that is my way. But I am not technically utilizing Healing She Got Faith as a business anymore. Like it is more so of a passion project. I could call it a nonprofit, but you got to follow very legal things. And I just don't have it. Like I don't have board members. I don't have a support team. I'm doing everything with Healing She Got Faith myself. And so that's what it comes down to. Like I am doing it myself. And so that is just the way that I have, I guess, pivoted, which I'm okay with. So also too, like my podcast and my books fall under it. I am working on taking a couple courses for publishing and editing, because I do plan to become my own publisher very soon and my own editor very soon and things like that. So yeah. But how do I feel after break? I feel like I am just a better person. I feel that I'm more fun. I feel that I am just doing bigger and greater things and I really do enjoy it. I am more happy with life. It really does feel good not to be in survival, like not to figure out where the next paycheck is coming from, not to feel just I just felt really jaded in life and I just don't feel that no more. Also too, I'm just motivated. Like I'm motivated to come in the studio and do this. Like even this, y'all, like these first episodes have been so hard because I just cannot figure out how I want to record. Like the last episode I thought was so good, but I don't even know if y'all gonna get it because I had on these headphones and I guess this thing was clicking. So it sounded like there was clicking throughout the whole episode. And I was just like, it's such a good episode. I wasn't gonna re-record it because I put my heart and soul into it. But of course so this time I was like, I'll keep my headphones here, but I may not speak with them unless I do something else because yeah. So this time I was like, I'm just gonna make it work and we're just gonna see how the sound comes. I also have a new microphone. Like during that break, I was buying stuff to come back to doing the podcast again, which I thought was really dope of that Lisa, because the today Lisa appreciates that Lisa. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just need to switch up the microphones as well. Even though I love this microphone, it's so cute. You see it? I'm gonna screenshot that and take a picture. Um if you are listening to audio, you did not see what I just did, but if you watch us on YouTube, you would definitely see what I just did. But honestly, I don't feel bad for taking a break and I don't feel bad from stepping away from services. Like recently, I've seen a lot of restaurants in St. Louis close down, and these are restaurants that have been here for 20, 30, 35 years. They're closing their doors. Cammy on Catfish just announced that after 6 years, she's leaving. The Blackgirl Bravado podcast, which I have been a diehard fan for years, they just announced that their last episode will be October 29th. So, like, I just see a lot of people, and I know, like, on the Blackgirl Bravado podcast, like, I watched their Instagram. It was more so like they were just saying they were just being pulled in different directions, and it's not goodbye, but, like, just for the time being, like, they have to... They just can't continue the podcast. And I think that's very real. And I think back to The Joy of Social Work when she stopped her podcast, which now she's back. She has a different podcast with one of her besties. But having to make that decision, like having to make a decision to walk away from a project that you really, really loved, I don't think we give people enough credit in having to put that down. I had to put Healing She Got Faith down. It was not going to be my end all be all, and I had to put it down, and now I'm pivoting. Does it suck? Yeah, I would love to work for myself for the rest of the year. And even like seeing people now, like I have a friend who she's about to retire, and she was telling me, she was like, I told God by this time, like last year, I told God by this time I want to be working for myself, and I feel like it's coming to her. And I'm the opposite. I feel like people are going into working for themselves, and I'm going back into the world to work for somebody else. But I love my jobs with an S. They have been so supportive in me. They have really like just given me the freedom. Like I have one job that it's 85% I work from home, and I think that's so dope. The other job is really flexible and try to helps me whenever things come up. And so I think like I'm just in a really good place to get myself back together. And the thing about life is I know this is not forever. I know that a lot of this is going to have an expiration date. I'm praying to God that I can get some longevity in life, because I feel like I'm always limited to like 2 to 3 years. Like I'm gonna be completely honest when I say this in this podcast. I feel that I was ripped away from my career and my love life. Like I'm turning 33 this year. 33 is not old. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I had a dream to be with a company for 10 plus years. And there was one company I was working with, and I really thought I was going to be with them. But I became so stagnant in year three, on top of I was working there when my mom died, and I became so stagnant. And I just looked around and I saw how there had been people there for 20 to 30 years, and they were still getting the same pay. They were still doing the same stuff. There was no leveling up. There was no change in the organization. I was like, I cannot do this. Like, if we are not moving into a better evolution, I can't do this. Like, I don't want to get paid $30,000 until I'm 50. Can't do it. Don't want to do it, because the day that my mom died, no, the day that my mom was in her car accident, thank God that I called her back and apologized to her, because that morning I was calling her crying and upset, not at her, but she was getting the brunt of my upsetness because she was listening to me about how I was broke, how I looked at my W-2, and no wonder I couldn't even afford cereal to eat, because they were paying me pennies and they expected me to do all this stuff. Like they were literally in my ear, like, you gonna be the director, you gonna be doing this, you should go get your master's. They were not helping me grow. How do you require something and you don't help people grow? And that's why I will always give a helping hand to people. I will always try to help people. I will never gatekeep, because it's so many people in this world that is so scared to see the next person win. And at the end of the day, what is for you is really for you. What's going to happen for you is going to happen for you. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but there is and you know what? I wrote it down in my Goodreads. Let me pull that up, honey, because I wrote it down. But hold on, before I get to yapping, um, there are times that we will really, really work hard and it just does not come. And there are times you have to leave companies and you have to leave what you thought was yours. And you have to decide in that moment that I can no longer stay here. I can no longer, as much as I love this thing, I can no longer continue to suffer, because that's exactly what most of us do. Okay, the quote says, she believes that if you follow the plan, then you can make anything happen. But I think you can work hard like me and have nothing. In this life, you have to be lucky. There are some people that it will just work out for them. And there are other people that no matter what you do, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Okay. I don't know about the lucky part, but what I do know is that you have to make decisions about your life. And maybe it's not so much as being lucky, but maybe it's you need a break. You're trying to do everything at once. My friend, she's been on the podcast before, Drea Moore, she made a TikTok the other day that said, I got a lot more done when I stopped trying to do everything. I got a lot more done when I stopped trying to do everything. Because so many of us want to do everything. You can't do it all. When I first bought my house, when I first got this building, I bought my house in this building in the same week. In my head, I'm like, I'm finna buy everything at once. Do y'all know I look back and realized that I was the one who stressed myself out because I wanted everything done like that. Now, the municipality that I live in, I ain't gonna call them out, but the municipality I live in, they didn't help that process because they wanted things quick and easy and they were not being helpful at all. Even with like, they wanted me to change the structure of my building and they gave me a list of architectures. And when we call the architectures, like from their list, and all the architects were like, this project makes no sense. They're trying to get money out of you. This doesn't even qualify because it wouldn't even cost me that much to do it. Not me, but them. Like, basically, it wasn't worth their time to even try to come and help us. And they were like, that municipality is just trying to get money out of you. So just keep that in mind. And this was from a list of architects that they sent us. So just keep that in mind. People be bullying you. And I think even in the process of opening my building, I did everything that this municipality asked me to do. And it was still a fight. And I still had to advocate. And I still had to cry in front of these people. Like, still had to do that. I didn't like that. But when you try to do everything at once, sometimes that's what causes our anxiety. Sometimes that's what causes our laziness. That's what causes, because we're overstimulating ourselves. We're overworking our brain. We're not giving ourselves break. Yes, there is a such thing as hard work. And sometimes I want y'all to know that the hard work is allowing yourself to rest. Sometimes that's what it is. And sometimes that's what we need to be mindful of. I feel so much more better when I put everything down. When I put everything down, I was able to focus more. There comes a time when you have to make the decision and remember the bravest and strongest thing we can do is to give ourselves a break. And I think that is the power of taking a break. How does it feel? I feel rejuvenated. I feel great. I just read this book, Clarity and Connection, and it said we can tell humans are evolving in this world because more people are starting to say no and no without an explanation. And that's by young Pueblo. And I thought that was so powerful because it used to be, at least for me growing up, I just didn't know that you could say no and it would be okay. I didn't know that. And there are days where I have to tell people no, and I feel bad. But I have to do what's best for me. I woke up this morning, let me tell y'all. I woke up about 5:30. I was in so much pain. So much pain to the point where I was like, I'm probably going to have to go to the hospital today because this pain has been here for 2 days. So I let my dogs out. Let them out. I let them play. It's 5:30 in the morning. I let them play for about 30, 40 minutes. I'm outside with them crying because I'm in so much pain. I bring them in, let them get some water. I go to lay down. My 2 youngest dogs get to playing and the cat gets playing. I was like, I can't do this. I can't focus. Y'all go to bed. They go to bed. My older 2 dogs, they went in their bed, but I didn't put them in their kennel. I ended up falling asleep for like 2 to 3 hours. Woke up, pain was gone. I can't make this stuff up. My body was saying, baby, you need to sleep. All right, welcome to episode 122's affirmation. And so this affirmation is taking a break to recharge and breathe is okay. I am allowed to slow down and stop for a minute. Taking a break is not lazy. I want you to repeat this to yourself from this Monday until next Monday. I also challenge you to create breaks within your day-to-day system. I don't care if it's 15, 30, 45 an hour. I want to challenge you to give yourself a break. Maybe it's doing an evening to yourself. Maybe it's every day you wake up a little bit early to get a break. I just want to challenge everybody who's listening to create a break system for yourself. And I want you to be encouraged that taking a break, maybe, we're towards the end of 2024. So maybe you go into your work system and you pick random days that you will have off all next year. Just go month by month. Pick a weekend that you're going to have off. Just create a system to where you're going to force yourself to take a break. And I challenge you to that. So again, taking a break to recharge and breathe is okay. I am allowed to slow down and stop for a minute. Taking a break is not being lazy. And I want you to hear that, feel that, believe that, know that. I love you, but love you the way you love the world. I'll catch you guys next week. Bye, guys. So my body was telling me that I needed to sleep. My body was literally telling me that I needed to sleep. And I think that's truly how I feel. I feel that taking a break is so necessary. I no longer feel bad for having to step back from my business, having to step back from my dreams, having to step back from just different things. There's a place out here, it's big in St. Louis, but it's still considered a small business. They recently had to shut down because of funding. That's why Healing She Got Faith shut down. I do everything. You know, a lot of people always say like, oh, you're doing too much. But like, I don't have the help, you know. I bought my building and my house in the same week. And right then and there, like, I just wanted to get everything done. That was a domino effect. That just caused so much because I felt like I had to get everything done. I felt like it had to be done, and it had to be done right away. So now I have to catch myself and say, like, it does not have to be done right away. You can't do everything. That's what causes us laziness. That's what causes us the overstimulation and things like that. We recently saw like Cammy on Catfish. She recently just resigned. The Blackgirl Bravado podcast, they're about to have their last episode. It reminds me of when The Joy of Social Work, she left her original podcast. Now she has a new one, but she left it for a while. Sometimes in life, we just have to let go. And I think that could be the bravest and safest thing that we do. Sometimes we have to be at a place where we can be brave enough to say, I need a break. I cannot do this. I need to get away from school. I need to get away from work. I need to just take this break. I need a break. If you're a wife or a mother, maybe you need to get away just for a little bit. Not forever, but for a little bit. You know, taking a break is so necessary for our holistic health, our mental, our physical. If you're grieving, the amount of stress that goes into your body, you need that break. You absolutely need that break. So I think I want to end on, there comes a time when you have to make the decision and remember the bravest and strongest thing that we can do is give ourselves a break. I think that's important to know. It's not lazy. It's not lazy. I'm the most creative, organized, ready to roll than I've ever been. And I'm actually in a place where I have team members and I have different systems around me that are working. I'm still working on creating a village. Like, that's something that I personally don't understand why I don't have it yet, but you know, it's cool. It's gonna happen. You know, just feeling like I was robbed of like my love life. Like, I wanted to be with somebody for 37 years. I wanted to be at an organization for 10 plus years. Like, I wanted that. I wanted my business to be standing strong 35 years. And maybe all of that still can exist. But it really does suck to get older and feel like you're robbed of that. But I have to think back and have to be honest. Maybe a lot of this stuff didn't happen for me because I had refused to give myself a break. And I didn't have boundaries. And I didn't have things in place to help me out. Maybe I wouldn't have been ready or prepared, or maybe I just wasn't mature enough at the time. I don't quite know. But sometimes I think about that. What if I just would have took a break? I think that is honestly why I hate school so much, because in school, in both my undergrad and graduate, and hell, even high school, I felt like we were always, I never understood how they could be like, you need to spend 2 to 3 hours of homework per class. And we had like 8 classes. Now, I want to cuss. And I'm sure people who know me, y'all can hear it in my voice. I want to cuss. It just didn't make sense to me. In college, I'm taking 15 credit hours, but you want me to spend 2 to 3 hours per class outside of class. How? I gotta work, I gotta eat, I gotta do all that. Like, I remember being in my graduate program, my MSW, and I remember going to the doctor and I had gained so much weight. It was right after my mom died. And he was like, "You're just being lazy. You're just being lazy." I said, "Well, let's be real." I said, "Let's talk about when you was a resident. And let's talk about when you was in medical school." Okay? Because there's statistically there is research out there that shows us that our medical students and nursing students have higher intake in taking drugs because you guys require them to do 12-hour shifts. So let's talk about it, okay? And I said, "So when you were in medical school, how many times did you work out a week?" "Well, I didn't have time." Exactly. I'm in grad school. There's no difference. You remember the time when you were in medical school, and just put yourself back in that shoe. I know you're a rich doctor. You know, you don't need little peasants like me to come in here and talk to you. But I can't be a social worker for the community and not a social worker for myself. I can't advocate for people. At that time, I was going to people's doctor's appointments and advocating for them so that the doctor will listen to me. So I can't do that for everybody else and not do that for me. Exercising while I'm in school is not going to happen, period. I'm working a full-time job. I'm working a practicum that's damn near a full-time job. I also have a part-time job. I was also in a relationship. On top of, I went through one of the worst breakups in my life from that relationship I just mentioned. And my mother had just been killed. And you worried about me going to the gym. Again, I want to cuss so bad. But I'm not. But I told him, "F you." Because you're not going to make me feel bad for having life happen. Okay? And I think that's why I hated school so much, and I don't think I could ever go back, especially like I've played with the thought process of getting a doctorate's degree. And I just don't think that I could do it because there's a lack of breaks within the school culture. We don't really think about our students' mental health and physical health when it comes to that. And I feel that I was ripped away from family time because there was no breaks. Because there was such an expectation that you had to spend X amount of time on homework and all this other stuff, that when it came to actually spending time with the people that I love the most who are no longer here, I couldn't, because there was this expectation that you had to get this done. Like, I had to write 3 25-page papers in days, you know? So, I want to be surrounded by people and places that allow me to take breaks. I'm blessed right now because I'm in 2 work positions where I can take breaks, take days off, enjoy the benefits of that. Also, too, I'm in a place where I have the freedom to do this podcast when I want. And so I just create my free time. I can't tell you that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I'm free. I create my free time. And unfortunately, some of my free time, and it's unfortunately for other people, but not unfortunately for myself, I take my sleep time very serious. And so with that, I'm going to sleep. So if I can't hang out, I just can't. And I just, anyways, again, there comes a time when you have to make the decision and remember the bravest and strongest thing we can do is give ourselves a break. And I hope that you hear that. I hope that you learned something new about the holidays and observances of October. I hope that you do something with that, maybe volunteer, maybe celebrate, maybe educate yourself more. Just think about how that might affect you and your loved ones, and just think about things like that. Also, too, I hope that in this time you've learned that sometimes taking a break is the bravest thing that you can do. Because I think there's a lot of people, especially in my generation, that need to hear that taking a break is the bravest thing you can do. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and go to the affirmation. All right, so you are now about to hear our affirmation. I want to give you an affirmation to carry for the week. So from Monday to Monday, you at least have an affirmation that you are repeating to yourself every day. She got faith. Listen, we want to give you affirmation to get through the week. So enjoy. All right, welcome to episode 122's affirmation. And so this affirmation is taking a break to recharge and breathe is okay. I am allowed to slow down and stop for a minute. Taking a break is not lazy. I want you to repeat this to yourself from this Monday until next Monday. I also challenge you to create breaks within your day-to-day system. I don't care if it's 15, 30, 45 an hour. I want to challenge you to give yourself a break. Maybe it's doing an evening to yourself. Maybe it's every day you wake up a little bit early to get a break. I just want to challenge everybody who's listening to create a break system for yourself. And I want you to be encouraged that taking a break, maybe, we're towards the end of 2024. So maybe you go into your work system and you pick random days that you will have off all next year. Just go month by month. Pick a weekend that you're going to have off. Just create a system to where you're going to force yourself to take a break. And I challenge you to that. So again, taking a break to recharge and breathe is okay. I am allowed to slow down and stop for a minute. Taking a break is not being lazy. And I want you to hear that, feel that, believe that, know that. I love you, but love you the way you love the world. I'll catch you guys next week. Bye, guys. All right, we have came to the end of our show. I really appreciate you for listening and sticking with us and coming every Monday at 3 p.m. Central to hang out with us. I appreciate you guys. I can't thank you enough to my listeners, followers, everybody, friends, family who loves and believes in everything that I'm doing. I really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you, but I always want you to remember to love you the way you love the world. And I'll catch you next Monday. Bye, guys.